now. We've seen it multiple times into the Aurora matchup. They both do very similar things. Annie has slightly longer range, but Aurora has slightly more versatility. Just in her... Oh, and the Yorick slam from Broken Blades.
Yorick is actually a very good matchup into Gnar. You know, it's a lot about punishing the Gnar in mini form.
Knowing that his jungler's on that side of the map, Caps jumping in, looking for the slow. Knight has to flash the slow from the weirding. Otherwise, he could have been caught out. But Stumon's flashing for the chase. The shield from Knight enough to get him a bit of movement speed. There's a flank here for Jun as well, who dashes across the wall. Skumon down to half HP is on, tries to trade back in. Knight has the stun. No flash on him. The polymorph. Stumon's going to get stunned up, but Knight is low as well. Skumon tries to dash back in. A 1-for-1 to exchange so far as LeBron comes in to bolster the attack for Caps. But Caps now needs to run. Does still have the flash. Jun's still trying to chase in. Doesn't get the stun against the wall. Caps low on mana. Flash forward, but on. The hammer smash not connecting, and Shun might just fall to LeBron. On's going to follow suit. Caps goes across the veil, and BLG goes. Really meta. A couple of MSIs ago, I want to say. Hansama and LeBron with the push in towards the bottom lane. Shun is on his way across here, as is Knight. Hansama and LeBron stepping forward, he'll use for the movement speed. Shun still on the chase, doesn't have the flash. Hansama trying to get away alongside LeBron. Step up presence coming down. Hansama steps back forward into it. LeBron so low, slammed into the wall. And BLG will claim their second kill of the game.
Really good focus here. They knew LeBron had
no push in. Skumond might look to go behind the tower here. Bin has no flash. There's the Cataclysm. They'll look for the follow-up, but Bin's still very healthy for now. The Ghouls are going to join in. Another Dark Reception. He didn't overextend, but Skumond still finds him.
Lock him in when he doesn't have the hop. There's just nothing he can do to get away.
Viper getting chased out by Hansama here, who has level 6, but that polymorph perfectly timed. LeBron not yet level 6. Viper still trading back onto Hans, who has to pop the barrier, but again, not taking too much damage while it's happening, and Hans just goes down. Thought he had the advantage with that level 6. Knight's on his way across as well.
And they just have such great awareness of the prio that they have in their lanes and the pressure that they're able to implement.
No flash.
Everyone knows he doesn't have flash. Knight not knocked up, though. He's going to get the stun off. Caps looking to go between the worlds, and Knight is sent back to the fountain. G2's mid-jungle, finding their 5th total kill together.
100% kill participation for Skumon as he makes his presence known on the Rift. He set his sights on bot lane.
As Jun is on his way across here, on having to flash away. Skumon doesn't have the Cataclysm right now. It's still on cooldown, tied away. Viper blocks it with the spell shield. Jun holding on to the steadfast presence. The knock into the wall with a heroic charge, and Skumon overstepped on a sliver of HP. Shields enough. The Keeper's Verdict finds LeBron guilty, but he'll flash forward to get it. A 1-for-1 so far. Underneath the tower, Viper should be able to chase out LeBron. Shun is coming to help. It will be a 2-for-1 in favor of BLG.
LeBron flashes in, does get one back, but at the end of the day, that is his way through there. Held his spell shield for the bubble as that came through from LeBron, and they're able to create enough distance. I think Caps did have the ulti as he TP'd in, but I think he was thinking, all right, they have Sums, they have Sivarol, I need to save it for kind of the gap closer to be able to Knight there with them for the start of the fight. He has flash, he has ult, but Caps is here too. This could be a big fight.
On stepping forward, has to flash away. Tidal wave coming out as well. The Keeper's Verdict only lands onto LeBron, but a great acrobrism before he was knocked back. On taken out by Caps. Shun having to flash. As Hansama continues to play, chase, and flashes forward. Viper caught in the Dark Reception. The cage around him, a coffin.
Quick kills come through from G2. BLG wasn't expecting that level of aggression to come through from the G2 squad. Hansama steps forward, punishes on. No heal to get him to safety, has to commit the flash, and G2 convert that into more. Bin will do his best to convert it into a tower, but now Knight.
Knight with the Tibbers down, has to flash the Acrobrism. LeBron on point with those so far, as Broken trying to trade onto Bin, who flashes away, but Shun's coming across, will land the heroic charge into the wall, and now Skumon's in a 1v2, and Bin is about to go mega. Giga Bin on the Rift, forces Skumon flash away, flag and drag, but Shun still chases on, trying to come in to bolster the attack. The charge doesn't connect on the wall, but the smash will get the slow. A house chucked at Skumon, everything in the kitchen sink used to kill him off, and BLG find the enemy jungler.
And just like that,
stuff of nightmares for the European squads. This man has an incredible record, and he's looking to continue that record as we go back to the beautiful from Bin. The man is locked in, and he's ready to fight.
Caps trying to kill off Knight, and will do so. LeBron is low. Acrobrism coming out. Skumon looking for the chase as well, and it's only on and Shun. Cataclysm down. The Keeper's Verdict will knock Skumon out, but Caps is still there to find himself a double. Now 6-0-2 on this Aurora.
Form like this, you know he can take over a game. They're going to be able to get the plates. They're going to be able to get the tower as well on the top side. It's over a 2
potential. But we look back at this play as it's LeBron who looks like he's getting caught out. The ultimate gets dropped by Knight, but the heal and the W both keep him alive, and then Caps comes out of nowhere to get the pick.
Meanwhile, in picture, Bin has been caught out, and G2 put him in the...
But he TP'd down towards bot lane, gets a kill onto Bin. They have the Herald. They're going to get probably 2 charges here, maybe the second.
6-0-3 scoreline on the Aurora, and he is dominating on the Rift right now.
And even more good news for G2 is that this is probably the worst possible soul roll.
Into a numbers advantage for BLG. Knight holding on to the Tibbers.
Flipping this.
No flash for him. Skewmon still in the pit with G2. Broken Blade trying to keep Viper at bay. Vision in the pit for BLG with that control ward. They know what this Baron is on. Shun trying to step forward, chunked out a little bit by Hansama. The Maiden doing a bit of work. Bin's already walked across here. Dark Possession.
Didn't have to use a flash for his own, and Bin used that flash, and they keep putting pressure on a Knight, forcing him to use defensive flashes. Viper
doesn't dodge the flag and drag, flashes away, but the Cataclysm will follow. The Wild Growth, though, Viper still goes down. Skewmon able to flash away, and Shun is chunked out to half. The flag and drag out from Skewmon now, but Hansama steps forward immediately, cleansed away with the Mikhail.
And even with On behind him, it is not enough to keep Viper alive.
The thing that has shocked me the most about this game is when they played against...
Is getting some help here. This is trouble for Bin.
So Bin has teleport, tidal wave used by LeBron. There's the TP. LeBron flashing with the aggro-prism, and they will find Bin. He tries to trade back in, gets the Nami to the wall, gets the stun, follows it with the wall of the barrier, enough to keep Hansama alive. He dashes across the wall, and Bin almost buried Hansama. But G2 were able to find the kill. BLG now collapses, going to use the TP to get in here. Shun has to go onto Hansama, dashes in, gets the hammer shot down. Aggro-prism again, Hansama still surviving. On taking down to half HP, Skewmon tries to trade towards the top side. Viper caught out in the Cataclysm. On trying to escape the between worlds. The Cavs have put him in, but they just can't get away. BLG thought they were collapsing, and G2 said, you could collapse now. Shun tries to escape, but G2 will not give him an inch. They find the ace as G2 win out on the bot side.
Skewmon 16 as BLG look to try and fight this dragon.
3 items for Viper. He is so strong on this Sivir if he gets a little bit of time. Bin as well, just chunking out Skewmon, who does have the Guardian Angel, will have to flag and drag away. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Hansama knocked back, tidal wave coming out, keep his verdict into the Wild Growth, into the steadfast presence, and Hansama doesn't get an opportunity to move! BLG collapsed perfectly in mid! They'll find 3, get the shutdown on BB, and now it's all on Caps and Skewmon to try and defend the Mega Blast Cone. Will be Caps, it's found, but he dashes back! He used the Between Worlds. Knight coming on for the flank here. Caps might just have to burn the flash.
Settle for the dragon here, but it was Bin on the side that pushed Skewmon down, and Hans was positioned, charges in, knocks him up, Wild Growth to change it, and just not being able to get anything.
They can't get rid of Viper. There's no way G2's going to win a fight.
And while BLG doesn't have the most explosive engage, they have so much move speed. You have Shirelias, you have the speed up from the Lulu, you have On the Hunt, you have Deadmans. G2 really has to be cognizant of that.
And beginning to deny more vision away from G2 in this jungle as well, using those Mega Blast Cones to try and get on Broken Blade, who backs away, but this will be the tier 2s for BLG. Bin pushing in, Caps looking for a flank.
Some more armor on top, so they're trying to get tanky enough to potentially punish that.
Someone needs to be careful, puts the flag down for a little bit of vision. Knight was looking for the flank as well. BLG will get the Drake, no real
I think they're going to threaten the Baron here for sure. They have a big HP advantage at this point.
Caps' ult is gone, Hans' ult is gone, Skewmon's ult is all gone. There's no reason for BLG not to force this objective.
DP from Caps looking for that flank position. Bin down to a third, doesn't have the Mega, is a long way away from that Rage Bar as well. The Baron sitting at 13,000 on the Hunt, is popped by Viper, but he can't get further than the Dark Procession. The Broken Blade locks him in. BB does have the flash, but stunned against the wall, doesn't have a chance to use it. BLG find a kill, and now will turn their attention back towards the big purple worm.
That's all they needed, a single kill. Now a big part of their front line has disappeared. Minion damage is good on the bot side of the Rift, but Caps has no TP available to him with 4 versus 5. BLG with firm control over this objective, and the Baron is simply melting.
Yeah, Knight still looking for that flank. Keeper's verdict out from Shun, lands it onto LeBron. Knight gonna walk forward here, but is spotted on vision. Hansama trying to step in, does have the flash and barrier, but until LeBron is back, no Mikhail's, no cleanse for him. Skewmon trying to get into the pit, but he just can't get close enough. Flag and drag is only option. On falling low, Hansama stepping in. They turn onto Knight instead. BLG will secure the Baron, but Knight goes down for it. Hansama still dashing forward, flashes from Shun. The stun. Viper able to get away from now, but Shun is gonna get chased down by G2. The chase continues as Skewmon finds the backline. Bin about to go mega. Skewmon has the GA. The Angel on his shoulder will bring him back as Caps finds another. BLG got the Baron, but at what cost? G2 will continue to chase as Viper falls for the triple. Bin with a wallop, but G2 want to relegate him to the trash. But no harm from Bin, not enough today. G2 overcome that demon that is Bin as they win the fight and clear away the Baron.
G2 have all 5 members alive. Look at those death timers. Knight, 15 seconds. G2, they have to go for the Nexus. They have to try and end the game.
They're going to look for the push through bot side. There's an inhibitor there. Knight is back up in 9. They don't have a wave. The question is, can they do it? They're looking to close it out, but without a wave, perhaps a step too far here for G2.
I think they can do it, though. They're pushing forward. Knight is going to try to get behind them and clear the wave, but they're going to go in.
Broken Blade puts him into the cage, and BLG are buried. G2, their attention on the Nexus. The keeper's verdict finds BLG guilty. G2 1-0.